Hello and welcome to Types of Lines with Mr. Rogers. We're going to be looking at the different types of lines that there are and just a few that we are going to use today. So let's get started. First you'll need a sheet of paper and a pencil and eraser. Of course, whenever we get a handout or worksheet like this, we're going to put our name up at the top. And we'll get started in this first square. We're going to be making vertical lines. As you may remember, vertical lines are the lines that go straight up and down. Fill in your box. Very good. Now, when you're making your vertical lines, make sure that the ends go all the way to the top and bottom. Try not to leave any empty space at the end of your lines. Next we have horizontal lines. Those are the lines that go from side to side. So they'll look like this. It's okay if you go past the box a little bit. No big deal. Now I've got horizontal lines. Next, I'm going to combine those two. I'm going to put them together. First, I'm going to start with vertical lines, going up and down. Then I'm going to come in and put in my horizontal lines. And that makes a crisscrossed pattern. Crisscross lines. Next we have diagonal. These are lines that don't go straight up or straight to the side. They're angled. And that's why they have the name diagonal. Going to fill up my square with these angled diagonal lines. There we go. Alright, moving on. Let's look at the zigzag next. You might have heard of the zigzag before, but now's the chance to use it. It starts out like a diagonal line and then changes direction. So it zigs one way and then zags the other way. Zig, zag, zig, zag, zig. There we go. Notice the top of my zigs are pointy and the bottom of my zags are pointy. Pointy on the top and the bottom. There's our zigzag. Next, let's look at wavy lines. Wavy lines are kind of like zigzag lines, except they are not pointy. They are rounded. You can see the tops and bottoms of the lines are supposed to be kind of round. Wavy. Wavy lines. If you go too fast, they can start to look like zigzags, so try and take your time with this. Next, the scalloped lines. These look like waves, but they're a little bit different from the zigzag. And they're a little different from the wavy lines because the tops of my scalloped lines are pointy. You can see there, they're pointy on top, but the bottoms are rounded. So it's round on the bottom, pointy on the top. Round, point. There we go. Scalloped lines. Next, the LoopDeloop or curly line, as I like to call it. It just goes through the page like that. Looping up, looping down. Alright, now that we're finished filling in our boxes, if you still have some time, you can flip over your paper and draw on the back. Here's a way that I was able to use my different types of lines to make a picture. Yours doesn't have to look exactly like mine, but try to use those lines we just practiced to make a totally new picture. So I'm using zigzags, curvy lines, wavy lines, more wavy lines showing the water, using some vertical lines, some diagonal lines to make the trees, and scalloped lines to draw my clouds, my cloud shapes. Well, I hope you had fun with this. Next week we'll be taking a deeper look into lines. Bye for now.